Hello and welcome to this course of Introduction to SAP Authorization Concept. It is a critical component of SAP security. Here we will explore how SAP authorization ensures that only authorized users have access to specific data and functionalities within the SAP system, maintaining data integrity and compliance with regulations. Now let's look into user management and role management in SAP. Effective user and role management is at the core of SAP application. Users interact with the SAP system while roles define their privileges. This process involves creating and managing user accounts, assigning roles based on responsibilities, and ensuring that access is restricted to authorized personnel only. Now we can create user in SAP using transaction code SU01. Creating user accounts is a fundamental task. It involves defining basic user information such as name, user ID, password, while ensuring the assignment of appropriate authorization profiles to maintain security. For creation of role in SAP, we use transaction code PFCG. So basically roles are assigned to users to grant specific access rights. This step requires careful selection of roles based on users' job functions and responsibilities within the organization, ensuring they have the access needed to perform their duties. Talking about user management, so most organizations use uh, SU01 transaction code for user management. Most of them use any other tools like GRC, IAM, or IAG for user management. So, regular monitoring and updating of user data are essential to maintaining data integrity. This includes updating user information, managing passwords, and disabling inactive accounts to keep your system secure. Same concept applies to role management also. Role management can be done through PFCG, or most of the organizations use GRC tool or IAM or IAG like tool. So role management is an ongoing process. It requires periodic reviews and adjustment to ensure the roles remain aligned with the organizational changes, job responsibilities, and evolving business needs. Now we will see what is authorization object and profile in SAP. Authorization objects are the building blocks of SAP authorization. Each object represents specific functions or data elements, while profile combine these objects to grant user access to various functionalities within the system. Authorization objects serve as keys to unblock specific functionalities within SAP. Examples include access to transactions, data fields, or modules within the system, providing users with the tools they need to perform their task. Authorization profiles are bundles of access rights combining multiple authorization objects to grant users comprehensive access to specific areas within SAP, ensuring they have necessary permission to fulfill their roles. Now let's look into how authorization checks occur in SAP transactions. Every time a user attempts to access a transaction or data within SAP, and authorization checks occur. The system verifies the user's role and profiles to ensure they have the required permissions. If authorized, access is granted. If not, access is denied. There are few steps for authorization checks in SAP. First one is transaction request. When a user attempts to execute a specific SAP transaction or access data, the process begins with the transaction request. The system then checks if the user is authorized to proceed or not. Second one is authorization check. The system performs an authorization check by analyzing the user's assigned roles and profiles. This step determines whether the user has the necessary permissions to perform the requested action. Now, the last one is based on the results of the authorization check, the user is either granted access to the requested function or blocked from accessing it, maintaining the security and integrity of the SAP system. In SAP, we can customize our authorization settings. So now we will look into it how we can customize it. SAP offers a range of customization options for authorization settings. This allows organizations to tailor the system to their specific needs, modifying objects, profiles, and roles to reflect unique access requirements. Now we will see authorization object customization, how we can do it. Customization authorization objects involves fine-tuning access to specific functionalities, data fields, or transactions. This ensures that users have the exact permissions needed to perform their tasks aligned with the business needs. Now we will see how profile modification can be done. So adjusting authorization profiles involves adding or removing authorization objects. This customization helps to grant or restrict access based on the evolving responsibilities of users, ensuring that access rights remain relevant. Lastly, we will see what is a role redefinition. So roles may need to be redefined as organizational structures and job functions change. By reconfiguring roles, you can ensure that access rights continue to meet the current needs of your organization. Now we will talk about segregation of duties in SAP. Segregation of duties or SOT is a critical aspect of SAP security. It ensures that no single user has too much control over sensitive transactions or data, reducing the risk of fraud or unauthorized activities by involving multiple individuals in key processes. The purpose of segregation of duty is threefold: to prevent fraud, reduce errors, and enhance accountability by ensuring that critical transactions require multiple approvals and are tracked through audit trails. To keep track of unauthorized access, we need audit and monitoring of authorization changes. Regular audits and monitoring of authorization changes are vital for maintaining data integrity. This involves tracking changes to user accounts, roles, and profiles to identify potential security risks or unauthorized access attempts. This involves few steps. The first one is a regular audit. Periodic review of authorization changes help to identify any inconsistencies or suspicious activities, ensuring that your SAP system remains secure and compliant with organizational policies. The next one is real-time monitoring. Continuous real-time monitoring of authorization changes allows for the immediate detection of potential threats or violations, enabling prompt responses to security incidents. Next one is alerting system. An automated alerting system can notify administrators of suspicious or unauthorized changes to authorization settings, allowing for quick action to mitigate potential security risks. The last one is detailed reports. Comprehensive reports of authorization changes, user activity, and potential security risks are essential for ongoing security management, providing a clear record of who made changes and when. To keep track of unauthorized access, we need some best practices for authorization management. So, implementing best practices in authorization management is crucial for maintaining security and control within the SAP system. These practices help prevent unauthorized access, ensuring data integrity, and support regulatory compliance. So, these are the few key steps which we can follow for authorization management. Least privilege principle. The least privilege principle dictates that users should only have the access necessary to perform their job functions, reducing the risk of security breaches by limiting unnecessary privileges. The next one is role based access control. We say it as a RBAC. Role based access controls or RBAC assigns access rights based on job functions, eliminating the need for individual user specific authorizations and streamlining the management of access rights. The next step is regular audits and monitoring. Regularly reviewing authorization changes, user activities, and system logs is essential for identifying potential security threats and vulnerabilities, ensuring your SAP environment remains secure. So, last but not least, we already talked about separation of duties. Enforcing the separation of duties principle prevents any single user from having excessive control over sensitive transactions or data, distributing responsibilities to minimize the risk of fraud or misuse. Now we will see how we can troubleshoot authorization issues in SAP. So, troubleshooting authorization issues is a common task for SAP administrators, basically SAP security, SAP basis guys look into the authorization issues. So when user encounter access problems, it is important to identify the root cause quickly, ensuring that users have the correct permissions to perform their required tasks. So transaction code which we use for troubleshooting authorization issues are SE53, ST01 and ST trace. So ST01 and ST trace is used for applying trace on user ID, and then we can find out what error user ID is facing in the backend GUI. These are the few steps which one can follow. Identify the issue. The first step in troubleshooting is to analyze error messages, user complaints, and system logs to understand the specific authorization problem. Next, verify user profiles. So, next step is verify user profiles to ensure they contain the necessary authorization objects and roles for the actions the user is attempting to perform. Next one is review transaction access. Check whether the user has the required access rights for the specific SAP transaction or function they are trying to use. This helps identifying any gaps in authorization. Next one is consult documentation. If the issue persists, consult SAP documentation and online resources to gain a deeper understanding of the relevant authorization objects and profiles, helping to resolve the problem. Finally, if the issue remains unresolved, seek support from SAP experts or consult with experienced professionals to address complex authorization problems effectively. Thank you for watching.